up, gang? How has everyone been? It's been a good while since we did any reviews. I'm now in a new place, same town, same equipment, but new gear. This one here is a Gepetto Flow. I've always wanted one of these mods, never got around to getting one. I was gonna get one a few years ago, maybe 2022. Didn't happen. I was going to get it from my friend Steve, who I got a lot of other mods from in the past. I think he was going to let it go for like, I got him down to like 400 at one time. It was for stabwood resin one. The guy, I got it from some guy named Chase for a mere 200 USD shipped, which is really good because these are handmade in Poland. Now, I don't know how he goes about these ones. I imagine there's still handwork to them, but I know that the wooden ones are very, very much handmade in every way. Whereas this is either like Ultim. I mean, he called it white Ultim. I don't even know if that's a thing. I know there's black Ultim and PEI color, like that yellow translucent color. But this feels like Delrin to me. It looks like Delrin, it feels like Delrin, it feels great. It's got a lot of texture to this Delrin. So he used really good quality Delrin. You'll notice this one has like these little, I don't know what to call them, I was going to call them ravines. More like veins, or I don't know what the fuck I'm sorry to say, I don't know what you would want to call it, but that's what it's got. Now the original, these have been around for a long time. On top I have the Monarchy J3S V1. Monarchy is also in Poland, who SAR machines it, and they're also in Poland, so we got Polish people all around here. A lot of Polish stuff going on. You know, I'm an American, so I'm a mutt, but I do have Polish ancestry in a smaller percentage on my mom's side. So all the boxes, this is the box it came in, the packaging. It says feel the wood. Shit ton of tape on it. Pavel, I guess that's how you say his name, Pavel? Pavel. I have no idea how to pronounce the modder's name, but that's the modder's name. They have a Facebook group. They have he's got a website too. We might take a peek at that. No, it says chopped, and it says facelift. Cerakoted black, that might be the tube. This probably a stainless steel or aluminum tube or whatever. See, the cap's black. The buttons on this are really nice. The wattage buttons. Sorry, I'm not getting focus here. These wattage buttons. Hear how clicky they are? They're very satisfying buttons. For buttons like that, these are great. Wattage buttons. Lots of screwing on this cap for the batteries. Quarter turn would be sweet on this because I find myself always doing the batteries. Of course, I'm running I was running 40 watts with a 0.3. At one point, it was 45. I got a super rowdy build in here. It's really nice. The vape I'm doing right now. Transistor Basic B is inside. Although I've been running a lot of this too. Not this particular one. This is Anonymous, Brian Curtis's company. Really good stuff associated with this guy as well. F.D.H, Kaz. But yeah, he's got a butterscotch that I've been enjoying as well. So shout out to Brian there. So yeah, DNA60, they do make them in DNA60C. Now let's see, what else does it say? So here's the serial number, all that jazz. So it was made 2022. Now he also does he does die code stuff as well. He has something called the Art series, and those mods are really interesting. They are very clearly all hand carved, and they look great. If you look here, the first two options here on Facebook, Gepetto mods would be You know, here's one of those art series hand carved pieces. So Mark Todd here, he's reviewed, they also do the Flow AIO. So this came first, the original it's a 510 mod. Comfortably you're going to want to fit like a 22 on here, 22 millimeter. But yeah, then they made these AIOs that take the semi system, so you need like a smaller chimney, and the custom type boro that they made for it. That's a Hussar thing, but you know, they're related. Gepetto also has, you know, they did their boro mod right here, the GeRo. Godzilla! So I always think of that, the Godzilla thing. Oh, I helped come up with this idea, this Rick and Morty one. I mentioned this in a comment, and then sure enough, he made it like a couple, like within the week. He ended up making this exact mod. I was like, you should make Rick from Rick and Morty, and then bang, there it was. Too bad I didn't get it. Here's my mod right here, actually, in a post. I wrote Poland's finest. You know, here's another picture of it, the J3S. Yeah, I had the Jenna RTA on here, and it technically fits, but it's a tight fit. It's that thing's kind of wide. I wish I knew offhand exactly what it was. It's not. I don't think it's a 24. But I believe it to be at least like a 23. And I gotta clean this fucker up, but yeah, I mean, it was getting, it was so hard to screw on and off, and because of the design of this, you just pull the tank up on the Jenna. So because it was tight in there, it was getting kind of caught up. So, and then because of this design, this whole like catch cup type deal, recessed 510 area, so you can see you can manually adjust your 510. I should hit that with some copper brass cleaner. And you can see that's Cerakoted black too, the little catch cup thing. Yeah, I guess it is chopped, right? I guess it is that design. You don't really think about that when it's on there. They have a few nice models, but I always found the Flow to be the nicest looking one. And visually and everything, and it really is. You know, there's a couple other ones that I would have considered, the Intassy or whatever. I don't know. He's got a bunch of them. They all got rather interesting names, but you can see the button matches and the white Delrin. But yeah, a lot of them aren't like this veined look. They stay smooth throughout. And this is even more covering, you know, instead of being like chopped at that 45-degree angle, it covers up even more. I may have gotten juice down in here. This happened in my last, I don't know if that's just you're seeing through because it's black and Delrin, or if you're seeing through because there may be some moisture down in there, making it more obvious that the catch cup is just past that Delrin. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a great in-between kind of mod in that it's like kind of reminds you of a side-by-side, but it's not at the same time. It covers up a good bit of your tank, protects it in a way, but it's not like completely encompassing the whole tank where you can't get to see it that well, you know. You don't get, your tank's very well protected like in a design like this, UMod's Unifico, but you don't get to show it off to that extent that you do with the Gepetto Flow. I don't know what the name means. I actually don't even know when they were created. This is an authentic VWM Intensa with the strip tip came with the mod. Really nice mods. But this gives you an idea on the height. Okay. with the U mod, so it's a good bit taller, but like all the weight to it, everything about it is like, it's more like top heavy. If it were heavy, it's pretty damn light. But you know, this is where the weight's coming in at. It's an 18650, if I didn't mention that. Had it been a 21, I probably wouldn't be flying through batteries the way I do. But yeah, I mean, here it is with, this is what, a 5 or 5.2 or something milliliter tank. And it looks pretty nice on here. You know, it extends, but not too much, you know. The J3S was pretty much lined up with it exactly. I don't mind that it's a little taller out of the, you know, coming up out of the level of the mod, but some people would. This top fire bit kind of reminds you of like the original, reminds me of the original Unifico. Remember, the fire button was up here rather than on the side. It's really comfortable with this mod. I mean, then I could fire it like this, and my index finger wraps around this whole, you know, the whole bubbled out side there. It's a great hand feel, this mod. It falls into place really well. I could do it with my thumb on this side like that, or my index knuckle like that. Perfect. Or the old-fashioned, you know, like I'm flicking a lighter. You know what I mean? It's great mod. Very comfortable. And wonderful hand feel to them. They are expensive generally, like brand new. Like $200 is a steal for this. I mean, but this was also, I paid $200 for this as well, the Unifico, and that thing might have been like $800 when it came out. So whereas this Gepetto, it's tough to say. Materials make a big difference. So the Gepetto official group, will say official, 21 and older, it's got 14,000 members. The Elite is 645. This all-set MOSFET, that's cheap, 250, but it's because it's just a MOSFET. The Elite, Intassy, they're the main ones. They have a 3D printed one. So it's like maple burl wood. I guess he integrates somehow, it does wood and nylon shit together. I don't know how that works. It's kind of a new thing to me. So like, that's pretty good for a GeRo. Maple. Oh, it is slightly 3D printed though too. 650. Now these prices, by today's standards, are pretty freaking high. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't want to be paying this for mods anymore. See, he does use a lot of DNA60 Cs. He does do his own theme for them. But, you know, a few years ago, this wouldn't have been a bad price at all. But not, you know, a lot of people can't really compete with these numbers anymore. They're not willing to stomach those prices these days. If you go in the used market, you can get really good deals. So here it is next to the Bow Rat. Good old Bobo. Poor fucking thing. I keep dropping it lately. Sure gets its use though, I'll tell you that. And here it is next to a Squonk. Here's the Squeeze and the Maverick RDA. Here's my beat up old Ion, still hanging around, still hanging on, with a Mob V2, a classic. And here's a height. This is 21700, and it's almost neck and neck height wise with the 38 Special. Yeah. All right. Suppose I'll take a pull. See if my focus is working, who knows. But yeah, the flow, digging it. It's an old mod. I think these are really old, like the original one. Like this mod has been around for a long time. Gepetto is an old name, and like they're one of like the original high-end companies, and it's impressive that he's still going really strong while a lot of high-end companies in this vein have faded. A lot of the stab wood companies are gone, you know, particularly the like European stab wood companies. A lot of them have closed up shop because a lot of people don't want to pay for it anymore. don't feel they can afford it. So yeah, really good stuff. I'm definitely happy with this buy. I don't really think of many other 510 type mods that I'd really want aside from this. If you can get one for the price I did, and you want, you know, you're interested, you always wanted to try a Gepetto or something, you know how clicky them buttons are? That just right there says quality. You know, something simple like that. It's like, it's all in the details, you know, the fine details matter when it comes to stuff like this. So yeah, Gepetto, glad I finally got around to this. And you know, would I get another Gepetto in the future? Yeah, I would like to get, you know, my little ghost icon outline thing, my little mascot, the little ghost guy. Be cool to get the art series of that, like the little ghost guy face or something. I should have did more with that logo. I know things are kind of like, I'm already kind of over the hill here in a way, you know, the pink cloud is kind of lifted on my big channel already, but that would have been neat. May I learn something? I think they already have tons of videos. I know, you know, this isn't anything new. This might have been around since like 2016 for all I know. The Flow in particular, I'm pretty sure is one of the older models still offered. So I used to want like Visionary mods, the Ballet, I thought that was really neat. The Penguin, you know, and I believe there is no more Visionary mods. Vapor that did the Thrill and the Palm Plus, or is that MMV? I'm sorry. Anyhow, I think pretty much all of these companies are gone at this point. So it's, what the fuck's with this? Yeah, it's a shame, like, but it's just the times we're living in. They can't go about making products for people that can't afford how much it costs for these people to get the materials, and it's a lot of work, I imagine. So if they can't turn a profit, they're just not going to do it. You know what I mean? Maybe some of them still stick around in some capacity to do repairs, but overall they're not willing to take those steps anymore and endeavor into new things. So that's what's really cool about Gepetto, is that the guy's still around and still the same, you know, a tried and true company that's still around. It's kind of like Delrin or something, you know what I mean? These are companies that, small high-end brands that like have still been towing the line for all these years. So the few that's managed to stick around, it's good to try to continue supporting them, see them hold out, you know. Alright gang, enough rambling for me. I'll see you on the next one.